I say every time I speak about tourism, tourism being 33% of our GDP, without tourism, we will not have education, health, housing, the other things. It's part of the income that we need to get in order to deliver on many of the promises. So certainly, it is something we're looking at. Thank you.
Mr. Robertson.
Thank you, sir. Good night to you, Mr. Prime Minister, your cabinet, and other members and other officials of your government. My name is Clifford Robertson. I represent Grenadians in defense of our lands and heritage. Before I begin, I would like, for the public interest, I'd like to say to Mr. Brzezinski that we all are taxpayers because we all consume. And whenever you go to the store to buy anything, there is a tax in it because 70% is, am I correct, of the government's revenue comes from the port.
I hope you don't mind me stopping, Mr. Robertson. We really would like to get to the question.
Yes, I know that, but it is important. Just let me say, you know, the good book said, to him much is given, much is expected. Mr. Brzezinski is a little bit more fortunate than us, and we're glad that he is glad to pay more. Thank you.
No, I hope he doesn't want to respond to that.
No. But I am very glad that the Prime Minister made a statement, and it was, no one is above the law. I accept that wholly. But there is a very, very serious situation developing in the south of our country. And I refer specifically to Calavini Island. The citizens of that area is being denied their constitutional right to access to that beach. I wish we will tell foreign investors, we want them, we welcome them. Grenadians have been, over the years, very hospitable people. But we must make it clear to every investor that there are no private beaches in Grenada. And when a young man lost his life 2 years ago because they were denied access to that beach, I don't know if the previous government gave them the right to deny citizens entrance to that beach. But I think it is incumbent on this government to make it quite clear to Mr. George Cohen of Calavini Island that that beach is not a private beach, and we all as citizens are entitled to access to that beach. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Mr. I'm not sure that was a question, Mr. Robertson, so I'll go to the next question, please.
Government is prepared to tell Mr. George Cohen that that beach is not a private beach, and how soon we can tell him that.
Oh, well, now you've phrased the question.
It's not only Mr. Cohen we are telling that. There are no private beaches in Grenada. It's clear out, you know. No, and if anybody has been denied access, and we have to do something about it, I mean, there are lots of talk, but we don't get, if we get the clear evidence, we could do something about it. But it's only talk in the air. We must get something concrete, and let us deal with the issue.
I think the answer was pretty clear.
Mr. Prime Minister, just one. Will you permit me an audience with two gentlemen who just last year were turned away after swimming 5 hours when the boat got into distress? Will you permit me? I'll call your office, I'll bring them to your office, and we'll discuss the issue. Yes, anytime. Thank you very much.
Other question.
Good evening, Mr. Prime Minister and your cabinet. Ladies and gentlemen, my name is Danley Alexis. Let me first congratulate the government on taking such an initiative, not just for the occasion, but I would like to make a suggestion that that forum be convened maybe every 3 months. And I would very much like that the suggestion be taken seriously. I would like to go to a couple things that was raised. I don't see in the Minister of Agriculture, and that is my area that I want to question this evening. But Mr. Church is there as the representative. A number of initiatives was raised in relation to the bushing as it relates to agriculture and replanting. One of the concerns that I have, and I don't know if measures have been put in place yet, but I would like to raise the concern that we don't want to see any lands being cleared and no plants, and later on, it come back bushy again. Whatever measures that need to be put in place, I would like to advise that it be done and done properly. When monies are being spent of that nature where we don't have it, I think every measure should be put in place to ensure that those lands don't go back into the same position that it was before. The last concern I would like to raise, I have many, but I will just raise the last concern. It relates to something that I haven't heard about in the poultry. I know our food import bill as it relates to importation of chicken is sky high. Is there any intention, or maybe I haven't heard it, in terms of getting, I know the government have a lot of estates. Is there any intention of the government in a deliberate way getting involved in one of the, in maybe 2 or 3 in different areas? In particular, I want to make mention of Victoria, for instance, where a number of women folks have lost their job as a result of the destruction of the nutmeg industry. What is being done in terms of getting that project that was, whatever, by the past administration, revitalized again? Thank you very much.